going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This video, we're back with the Mongoose Beast again, and we're talking about why you should choose a fat bike or why you shouldn't choose a fat bike. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon right next to that is checked off. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you never miss any of this awesome cycling content, especially our fat bike content we got coming up. So, right into the video, what is a fat bike and why would I even want a fat bike? So, fat bike, obviously kind of makes sense. Fat bike, you're gonna have fat tires. That is the essential definition of a fat bike. Fat bike, generally about 4-inch tire or a larger. Yes, there are larger tires than a 4-inch wide tire. So my Mongoose Beast has a 4-inch wide tire on there. So what is the deal with a bigger tire? Why do we need something bigger than a mountain bike tire? So the regular mountain bike tire, let's talk about my Superfly. That is a 2.4-inch wide tire. So that means that Mongoose has about twice the width out of a standard mountain bike tire. So why do you need a fat tire? What's the point of having this gigantic tire? Doesn't that add a whole bunch of weight? And there's a lot of things that play into that. So obviously, fat tire, big thing with this. If you've ever been off-roading or you've ever seen any tire tests or anything about having a wider tire, it gives you a much larger contact patch with the ground. Therefore, it gives you better traction is what it does. And in certain situations like sand, snow, mud, those kind of things where a normal skinny tire might not excel very well because it just sinks right through the snow or the sand or whatever that might be. A fat bike with that larger tire is able to float on top of those. So with a normal bike, if you fill up your tires, on a mountain bike, let's talk about the Superfly. Generally about 25 to 30 PSI or so. If you're on a road bike, somewhere between 80 to 100 PSI, so you're running a higher pressure. So on the fat bike, if you're actually looking to do fat bike things with the fat bike, you're looking about 6 to 8 PSI. So very, very low PSI to make these tires float over anything there is. Going with that low PSI, obviously you look at mine, you look at a lot of fat bikes, you'll notice that there is no suspension on the bike. There are some suspension setups for a fat bike, but most of them are going to be very similar to this, just a full rigid setup. Why is that? Again, with your tires, you're running them at 6 to 8 PSI, you look at the sidewalls of those things are massive. And the reason there doesn't need to be a suspension is your tires act as suspension. They have a very low air pressure in them. However, because they float like that, they have a lot of cushion that then soaks up the trail, soaks up the road, soaks up the bumps, everything like that. Makes it so you don't actually need a separate suspension to go with that to make it super comfortable. So why would I need a fat bike? Should I get a fat bike for myself? So a fat bike, they work really good in certain situations. That's gonna be snow, sand, and mud, of course. It's gonna be your biggest ones. So if you live in an area with any of those three, a fat bike may be a great option for you. For instance, I live here in Nevada. In Nevada, we got sand in the desert. We got snow because it's winter time, so we got tons of snow. And every once in a while you get some mud. So I got all three here going on in Nevada. So that makes a fat bike a great choice for the environment we have here in Nevada. So that's why I picked one for myself. If you don't have any of those, and you just have rocky trails, a fat bike may not be the option for you. Regular mountain bike may be the way to go. So what are some downfalls of owning a fat bike and riding a fat bike? One of those is, guess what? Mountain bike parts don't fit. Road bike parts don't fit. There are certain things on this, bottom bracket and hubs mainly, that they don't interchange with any of those. They are kind of on their own league because they're so wide. You need to get something that's fat bike specific, so it's not something that a lot of places are going to have just ready to go out the door. So you kind of have to think about that there. And the other thing you have is tires. Tires are huge, so obviously a larger tire costs more. So larger tires cost more money. Generally fat bike parts cost a little more money. So kind of one of the things there, it's not really a budget thing to do. Fat bikes, there's no budget to them, If you want a fat bike, most of it's your second bike or your third bike. You have other bikes, and fat bike's kind of like your fun bike on the side. That's how it generally goes, and that's how I generally see it out there is people who own a fat bike, it's not their main bike. Are there places like Alaska where you might use a fat bike all the time? Sure! There might definitely be places like that, but for most people out there, I would not recommend a fat bike as their sole and only bike. I would recommend something, like a mountain bike, but if you're looking for something fun and entertaining, completely different, a fat bike is an awesome way to go. So hopefully you guys were able to learn a little bit about fat bikes in this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love chatting with you guys, love answering any questions you guys have, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.